Thank you for joining me on our Genuine Diamonds in AR YouTube channel. We're at the Worthington Diamond Mine in southwest Arkansas. We're just a short distance northeast of the famous Crater Diamond State Park. What you're looking at here, this pile, is the overburden that was on top of diamondiferous lamproite here at the Worthington Mine. I want to get a closer look and kind of study the geology of this. If you get down, this is where the overburden has been stripped off. And what's interesting to me about the contact here, so we had 3 to 4 feet of just worthless clay above this, and then we had an inch or two of gravel. Here's a piece. It's clay and gravel, just an inch or two, on top of the lamproite intrusion. And at the top of the intrusion, we've got a layer of iron. It's goethite and manganese, but this is real lightweight, which is amazing to me. That's why I didn't think of it as iron, but it's this black metallic rock, and you can see it's in a layer in here. Right here, there's a layer of it. And so you have 3 to 4 feet of worthless clay, crawfish clay the locals call it, and then an inch or two of clay with gravel, and then you get into the goethite or iron and manganese layer here. See, look, here's the gravel. The bulldozer just stripped the lamproite right off of the top. And excuse me, the bulldozer stripped the clay off the top, and then we've got this layer of an inch or two of pebbles, cobbles, novaculite, and jaspers, mixed with a little clay. And then right below the gravel and clay layer, and this isn't flat, there are little pits and dips in it. There's a dip right here. In fact, that's probably why we have this gravel left. There was a little hole in there. But this manganese and iron has leached in from above. There was a shallow sea after the volcanic intrusion that brought the diamonds to the surface from more than 100 miles deep. And it probably emplaced in kind of a funnel shape. Now, kimberlites tend to be a carrot shape, and lamproites tend to be champagne glass shaped. This is kind of a mix between the two, and it's funnel shaped or martini glass shaped. We right now, the camera is sitting at the edge of the contact zone, right at the edge of the intrusion. And contact zone material may be hotter in that hotter for diamonds in that it cooled quicker because it was in contact with the country rock. But I wanted to look at the geology a little bit here. Of course, this fascinates me, all this iron and manganese, and it could leach down, and if there's like a quartz vein under there, that will make that an amethyst vein, so purple quartz instead of clear quartz. Arkansas is known for its clear quartz. Well, where we're at is right here at the edge, and our property corner is 172 feet from here, and it's been core drilled, and it's 190 feet deep in lamproite. And if you go on over about 250 feet over here, it was core drilled right down the middle of the funnel. And they core drilled 1,000 feet and never hit the bottom of the lamproite. They just quit drilling because the core drilling cost them $40 a foot, and they'd already sunk $40,000 on a hole in the ground, and all they got was information. Well, we've got that information. It's 1,000 feet deep over there. Right here, it's probably not very deep because it's the side of the funnel, but we've got at least 6 feet here because that's what I'm standing in. But something I wanted to look at with you, to me, is real interesting. I'm going to move the camera, and then we can kind of check out the angle. Look how this is bedded on an angle here. I'm holding the camera pretty level, And this is bedded at an angle. Look at the cracks in here. This igneous rock just settled in like this. And it's got, you know, it cooled and it cracked in that direction. Here is a piece of, this is Trinity clay that came down from deep. This was here before the intrusion, this Trinity clay, and it busted through that layer and threw it all up in the air and mixed together, and so you'll have clasts, a large brush up clast of Trinity clay mixed in with this igneous rock. So this is sedimentary, but it was here before the volcanic intrusion. Now see how that broke away there with just pulling it with my fingers? This has been exposed to the air for a few days, and I think that's why this is so brittle, because this is a hard rock. The bulldozer was having a hard time with it, but after it's exposed to the air, wind, rain, it breaks down. I wanted to check and see what angle this is, and this is a protractor, and I'm saying 70 degrees. So straight up and down would be 90 degrees, and this is telling me 65 degrees. Maybe this, yeah, that's more like 65 degrees. So that's how it's bedded in here, and you can really see these layers, the way they come off, and it's got the iron and manganese that leach down from above. So this has never been disturbed before, and to me it's fascinating to kind of study and see how it was emplaced, and it's interesting to me that it's bedded like this. And so this is intact lamproite, and we're right up at the top of it. I mean, there really wasn't much of anything above it. And here's some more of this goethite, iron and manganese. That's really light. You would think it would be heavy because it's iron and manganese, but it's a light material. You would almost think lignite or coal or something, but yeah, it reminds me more of coal than anything, but it's not. So this intruded into a shallow sea, and these minerals leached down in here and settled a layer of iron on top, iron deposit. So this is pretty interesting to me. Oh well, I could pick the rocks all day, but what I need to do is get the excavator and dump truck in here and load up a bunch of this and take it up and wash it. I have been curious of just separating some of this and washing through it by hand and seeing if there's diamonds in this, which, you know, there very well could be. But I wondered if there was a better portion, a better percentage of diamonds in this surface concentration in this than in the rest of it. But, you know, it's just an idea. It's not a theory that, you know, carries any weight, but it's worth testing. I've got to dig away. Look at that. That's just amazing. I'm going to check the angle on that one as well, but I imagine we're going to be right near 65 like the others. Yeah. See, it's weighted. This has a weight in it, and it will always go to the bottom, and it's like right at 65 or 70. So interesting angle. So it tips. This is the east on your right. This is the east, and the west to your left. And it's embedded in there like that, kind of like the sides of the funnel. So very interesting to me. So if you can see that orange bucket from here that marks our corner, that they core drilled there, and it's 190 feet deep in lamproite. So there's a huge deposit here. So interesting bedding, and I just had to stop and mess with it for a while and kind of study it. I could play in the rocks all day, but interesting, almost even layers through here. I'm going to have to get a geologist to comment on that. This stuff's fascinating to me. Look at that. That is just cool. I'm going to break some more out. And then I'll probably wash through it. I think I'm going to break more out. Maybe it won't come by hand. Okay, so here we have the clay on top. That's the worthless clay right there. And this is the contact. This is right where the lamproite starts. And where the lamproite starts has this layer of the black goethite. That's iron and manganese. So it all tips in here about the same angle. But anyway, I hope you found this interesting like I did. I just got to stop and look at freshly excavated lamproite that's never been touched before. Just kind of get a feel for what it looks like and try to figure what's happened here in the past. Be interesting to dig this out and see if there's maybe diamonds caught in that pocket there. But you can definitely see a pocket that's washed in. Of course, we're going to wash it all, but there's a rock, you know, a cobble in it. Jasper mixed with clay, and there was some, you know, things aren't flat, things aren't perfect in geology, but that's interesting. That could be a diamond trap. Catch things down in there with this clay and gravel, but we'll see. We're gonna dig it all up and haul it and wash it, so it'll be real interesting. Well, thank you for joining me here on this lovely October 18th afternoon, 2020, and I enjoyed taking a look at our rocks with you. Thanks for joining me. We'll have more interesting episodes coming up, so please like and comment and subscribe to our channel.